Well, we're back here now, live at the regional stadium, Port Macquarie. We've got a beautiful day. The air quality has been good. We did have to change our playing conditions for the first 2 days of the State Cup due to the air quality issues in relation to the fires that are surrounded and engulfed this particular area. But we're now here for the mixed open, and the locals, Port Macquarie, into the final, taking on their nemesis in many ways, Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah, it should be a good game here, Dean. Paul Macquarie have obviously been trying to have a crack at this title for many, many years now, and they've finally got their opportunity here today, but they're going to come up against probably, if not, one of the best ever mixed sides that have played here at State Cup, the East Roosters. They've got experience and representative players all across the park, and Port Macquarie are going to have to be really, really at their best to have a real red-hot crack at this one.
The 89 Sharks might have given them a go.
Mate, I'm not that old, so I can't remember that, sorry.
Oh, it was a great side, the 89 Sharks.
Captained by Dean Russell, was it?
Oh, I think that might have been the case. Mate, Stacey Gregory, Gary Simmons, Mark Herndon. Oh, the names just roll off the tongue.
Yeah, there's some big names there.
Port Macquarie not without a chance in this game. They've got some really good players themselves. They've got Bo Montgomery. Jack Lewis is a really good player.
Jack Lewis has actually spent some time with the East Roosters. Played a Warden Cup with East Roosters, so it'll be interesting to see. He'll know exactly what they do. But this Port Macquarie team and East Roosters, they've actually spent a lot of time together in terms of training camps and things like that. So they'll play a pretty similar style, I'd say. And as you said, Dean, there's some quality players in the Port side as well. And they're well coached around the park, well led by Aaron Ison, who's been playing mixed touch for, God, almost 30 years. You'll have me saying that, but it feels like that anyway. So he'll be looking to lead the guys around, and they'll be up for it.
And interesting enough what you say on that point about spending a lot of time together. Aaron Ison, who does do a lot of the coaching of this Port Macquarie Makos team, has learned his trade by being mentored by probably Manu Wakely, who is a genius in mixed play.
Yeah, no, they've spent a lot of time together. So, and Manu's great like that in terms of his mixed coaching. He's more than happy to pass on those trades of the skill to anyone that's keen to listen. So he's great for the sport, but also as well for East Roosters, we've got a big inclusion this year that hasn't been here before in Scott Prince. So it'll be great to see how he runs around in this one.
Yeah, they reckon he can play a little bit, Scott Prince.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, and look, it's actually a really interesting story. He wants to play in the New South Wales State Cup. He wanted to have a run with the Eastern Suburbs Roosters. So he made sure he flew down to play in the competition at Queen's Park. And not only that, he's a really great ambassador for touch football, not just in what he does up in Queensland, but what he does here in New South Wales as well. But it'll be interesting to see how he goes. I did tell him there was a sub-clause in the registrations today that if you play the New South Wales State Cup, you have to play for New South Wales.
Yeah, what was his response, Dean?
He said he didn't read that sub-clause.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fighting an uphill battle with that one, but it'll be great to see him out here today running around, and hopefully we've got a really good game here. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think you're going to see some really good quality mixed open touch tries.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game as well. The Roosters will have to start favourites.
Oh, definitely. And they deserve that. They've won this title that many times. They've won the NTL titles that many times. They definitely deserve that favourites title, but we'll see what Port can do.
We're going to have the national anthem, so we'll leave you temporarily. Well, that's the national anthem done. The teams just wishing each other all the best. And also to the referees, Robbie Bowen, Zach McCann and Anthony Smith out there. Three quality referees for quality teams, quality division. And I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be an entertaining game. I don't think the Port Macos will get blown off the park. I think they've got a tough job in front of them. But I reckon they'll go in with a quiet confidence.
Yeah, look, the one thing about Port Macquarie teams too, no matter what division it is, they're generally pretty mentally tough as well, and they're always a hard side to play against because they'll just go for the full 30 minutes. So I think you're right, Dean. I don't think this is going to be as one-sided as what some people may think. They'll definitely be up for this. They've been waiting for this opportunity for a long, long time.
Look out, the locals have come from everywhere. They're coming from everywhere, the locals from Port Macquarie. They want to wish their team all the very best. And I suppose it's the classic Australian story about the underdog, isn't it?
Yeah. There'd definitely be a lot of people back in Port home here. Like, no disrespect to East, but they've won the title that many times. I think a lot of people would be happy to see somebody else get their hands on it.
Anyway, we're nearly ready. We're just waiting for the teams to make the field. I'm trying to get the two teams on here. Here come the Roosters, being supported by the Australian Defence Force over there. I suppose they've got similar colours. And here comes Tani Luck leading the Port Macquarie Makers onto the field.
Yeah, Tanae's had a pretty big year herself. She represented Australia over at the World Cup in Malaysia earlier. She's been in some really good form. She's a very good mixed player. She'll be one to keep an eye out. She'll be organising a lot of stuff here for Port Macquarie. Beau Montgomery as well in number 3. He also played over in Malaysia for Australia. So they've definitely got some talent, Port Macquarie.
Yes, they certainly do. And anyway, we're in the starters' hands, as they say in racing parlance.
Port Macquarie are going to start us off. Let's see what they can do off this tap-off set.
And it'll be Beau Montgomery to take the tuck. Tanae Luck with Beau there. He drives deep into the attacking zone
Just
already.
Comes out to Rousel here. Rousel's quite a young, talented player as well.
He's got the ball now. He gets it back to Buzz Ison. Buzz slowing it down. He goes long there to Tanae Luck. She's into the hole. That's good.
She's caught Kirsty Wakely out there just a little bit napping, just ball watching a little bit, and they've taken full advantage. And I think that's exactly the start that Port Macquarie were hoping for.
Exactly the start. That will give them, they would have come in confident, and they will be even more confident now. And really well set up. I think everyone, the East defence was caught napping. They were watching the man. And a long, release long ball to Tani Luck. She put the foot down and gets on the outside of Wakely.
Here's Brad Lugg and Kirsty Wakely working through the middle. They'll head over to Manu Wakely.
Yep, Prince going back on the swoop. There's Lugg out of half. He finds Prince. Prince steps off his left and gets it back down side. But Anthony Smith, the referee, said he was onside.
Yeah, good defence there on the early raid from Port Macquarie. They look up for it, Dean.
Yep, Manu Wakely. The mixed master, as they call him, Ken Brook. Him and Prince working together. He's trying to drag the defence down. He gets it down for Prince. Prince takes off to the left-hand side of the field. He throws the dummy. He gets through the line. He gets through the line. He gets it to Kirsty Wakely.
Good hit back there. Yep. Number 10, Joe Gaynor from Port Macquarie, just unfortunately slipped there on the line.
Yep.
Scott Prince took full advantage.
He did slip, but I think Scott Prince already had him out of position. Really well set up. You'd see the way that Manu Wakely was slowing the play down, trying to drag not just one defender out, but 2 or 3. That released a really good line for Prince to run through. 1-1. Montgomery again. Gets it back from Luck. Montgomery gets it down. It's in the hands there at the time of Sam Rousel, who we talked about earlier. He's got the ball again. He gives it to Aaron Ison. Aaron Ison gets it to Montgomery. He dummies to Montgomery. Goes back to Rousel.
There's a good shot there from the winger, Amy Lugg, and she's done it again, 2 in a row. She's cut that off. That's well read from Amy Lugg.
Yeah, the pass wasn't great from Ison. It might have been interesting had he delivered the ball on the money. There's Mitch Brown. I'm going to put a tiny dollar on sports bet with Mitch Brown. He takes an intercept in this game.
I'll back that.
Here they go. There's a good drive here now from the East. This is the team that we've seen Through Alonso. Prince out of half. He got out under Manu Wakely. He's through the line again. Prince, he's opened up well. He's given the pass to Ludd.
Great touch,
A great touch.
Tane Luck, that's a great touch on Brad Lugg.
And you can see already where the problems are going to come for the Macos. That's twice in a row now that they've set Prince out of a really good setup, and he's been able to use that foot speed that he's renowned for. But here's Russell down the sideline.
Yeah, Scott Prince more renowned for probably his ball work, but so far it's just his foot speed that's been creating the damage. Here goes Joe Gaynor.
Conley gets to the Joe
Back
Gaynor.
to
That's all
Gaynor,
through.
and they've scored, and they've levelled it up at 2-2.
And the crowd are back into it now.
Sorry, 2.
Yeah, that'll be 2
2-1
touchdowns.
to Port Macquarie. So they're not scared here, Dean. They're clearly showing that they're up for this one.
Yeah, and that was very good play there from the Macos. Alonso at half. He gets it off to Brown. Alonso at half again. There's same setup here. Brown gives it to Alonso. Back inside to Brown. Here they come with a very good sweeping play. The referee's called an offside, but the first player was offside, so it's a penalty there, and that was Gareth Young sweeping around.
He was offside there, Joe Gaynor, but he probably actually made the right call to get up there and break that play down, because Gareth Young off the sweep are very dangerous. Ball down there.
Yep, very good decision.
Great touch there from Bale, Matt Bale from Port Macos.
And Montgomery tries to get on the outside of Angel Barber. Recently recruited from Newcastle, going to university in Sydney. Port Macquarie now driving forward.
Barber's just come off the back of a pretty nasty wrist injury, actually, so it's good to see her back out at State Cup.
Russell gets the ball down there. Trying to get through the line there was the number 2, Matt Bale.
Good touch from Christian Alonso there. He's very solid in defence. Here goes Mitch Brown. I don't want to give him too much space because he is quick.
Here they go again. East, they'll drive down here. Manu Wakely gets the ball back off his white Kirsty. He throws it long to Barber. She had good hands there back inside to Prince. 6 more touches. Good skill there for Angel Barber. Very talented young player. Prince releases the ball now to Manu Wakely. He'll be calling the shots, Manu Wakely. He gets his... He'll go back inside. Oh, just like losing his feet there. He knows exactly where he wants to position defenders and how he wants to position his body. I'd like $1 for every hour of video footage he has watched. Good ball there from Prince.
Great shutdown from Brittany Rudd.
Good ball from Prince, well read there. Good defence from the locals. We talked about if the university boys had got up today, at what the Port Panthers' reaction. Imagine if the locals get up.
If Port Macquarie get up, the whole town's going to party for a week.
Montgomery again. Now with Ison. And Prince in the ruck. Ison goes up and gives him a little tap on the bum. Says thanks for that, Scotty.
It's good to see again, just Port Macquarie making sure that they're showing the East Roosters they're not intimidated at all. They're right up for this.
I'll tell you something I've just noticed, and it might have a big effect. There's no Jack Lewis playing for Port. And I would have thought that, and Jack's a great player, I would have thought that he would have been integral to really putting it to the Roosters. And
yeah, you're right, Dean. I'm actually not sure. I can't even see him down there in the box at all.
No. So anyway, back with Montgomery. He goes to the left-hand side, drops it back inside. Pass from Ison, and they're through, and it's a right.
The shifty old mind of Aaron Ison, Buzz. Beautiful little flick pass there, committed 2 defenders, and Bo Montgomery, they've played a lot of touch together. He knew what was coming.
What about the finish from Montgomery?
You got to do that when you're playing on your home ground, Dean.
3-1, the Roosters are down. The Macos lead. I'm not sure that the Roosters would have expected to be in this position. They would know that the Macos were going to take it to them. But I don't think they would have thought they'd be down 3-1 with 17 and a half to go.
Well, it'll be interesting, Dean, because they're not normally in this position. Like obviously they've got experience coming out of everywhere, but yeah, they're not normally down like this at this point of the game. So we'll see what they do.
Alonso around on the sweep and a great little side ball. Gareth Young comes around on the sweep and just pops it back inside to Alonso. But
Beautiful.
don't underestimate the work Mitch Brown did, the way he positioned the defender who made the touch on him to open up that little hole just back on the inside.
Yeah. Created a little bit of block there with his body. There was nothing illegal about it. Just used the body correctly and then had the sweeper come around and a nice little ninja on the inside play, and that's beautiful. That's a great hit back. That's what they need.
That's been the marker of any Eastern Suburbs team that Manu Wakely's been in. Their attention to technical detail.
Yeah, that's the hours and hours and hours of video work that Manu does. And just the effort and the attitude of these guys at training is unbelievable.
Well, we just spoke about Jack Lewis not being here. He's just run. I don't know where he's been, but he's just run into the sub box.
You're right, Dean. He is. I can see him down there now, so I don't know what's going on there. But he will definitely make a difference for this Port Macquarie side.
Well, they're trying to find out whether he's allowed to play, and yes, he is. And here they go now, the Roosters. Kirsty Wakely to Prince. She drops it back inside to Wakely. She gets it down. It's Prince out of half. He throws it long to Alonso. Alonso gets it back inside to Prince. Prince tries to dive. But,
I'm actually not sure what they're doing down there with Jack there, Dean. I don't know if he is being allowed to play or not. Here we go, Jazz Wilbo straight through the middle. That's great yards while the guys get some fresh legs on the field. Here's Bo Montgomery again for Joe Gaynor. Back to Aaron Ison. Here he goes out of half, Bo Montgomery. He throws long, they're in. Great ball. Bo Montgomery is absolutely killing it here today. That's a great finish on the wing for Port Macquarie, and they extend their lead back to 2. It's 4 tries to 2 with about 14 and a half minutes left on the clock. East will come back out here now. Mitch Brown, Brad Lugg, Manu Wakely, they'll have something up their sleeve to try and get back within a try of Port Macquarie. They roll up the park through Brown. Fading out to Brad Lugg. Here comes Wakely on the sweep. And Brown long ball. Angel Barber in the corner, and as easy as that, about 20 seconds later, they've hit straight back, and it's now back to a 1-try game. Great ball there from Mitchell Brown.
Well, I've done some research. Apparently, Jack Lewis has had he must have received a head knock earlier, and he has to receive medical clearance before he can retake the field. So that's what's getting sorted out down there at the moment.
Well, we weren't wrong, Dean. This game so far, it's definitely been entertaining. There's been some really, really good mixed tries.
There you go, the Makos again. Rousel looking to get out of half. He gives it to...
Oh,
they run a beautiful play.
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
I've put the mocker on him. I've just given him a wrap, and he's just dropped it with nobody around.
What about the deception? Really well put together play.
Oh, hopefully they don't rue that in about another 13 minutes.
Off the mark there, and it's going to be a penalty here.
And that's interesting. That's the sort of thing you don't really see a lot from East. They don't tend to give away too many penalties. Maybe the scoreline is a bit of a shock to them, and they're starting to get a little bit nervous.
Now, Tane luck, but the ball now in the hands. Port Macquarie, they've got the ball, the two diving underneath there. Matt Bale trying to get underneath.
Matt Bale and Joe Gaynor working well together there.
Bale now drops it off to Gaynor. He's going to go out of half again, but geez, very good defence from Kirsty Wakely.
Yeah, well read. She's seen that play a million times, so she was straight onto that.
Prince now with the ball deep in their own half. And there's an
There's
error again.
another mistake. Back-to-back mistakes from East coming off their line. This is really, really uncharacteristic from these guys. So there definitely must be some nerves creeping in.
Yeah, Darren Hill's that time. That's not something you expect. Like you said, errors from the East team. They're usually very clinical.
They make some changes here. A guy and a girl come back on here. Bo Montgomery's back on the field, and you can see Aaron Ison just holding it up, waiting for him to get into position.
He's telling him he wants him on his right-hand side.
Lots of pointing going on. Penalty there. They'll get another set here, Port Macquarie.
Yep. Ison was looking to the swipe as well. Got held up in the ruck. Bonus penalty because he didn't have to do that. There was actually no half there.
No,
so
there was no reason for it.
Yep.
Oh, almost threw it away on the first touch.
Risky.
And it's Connolly and Ison working together.
Montgomery
just slipped.
Yeah, but it didn't matter. It was an incorrect roll ball.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy set there from Port Macquarie.
So now it's the...
no.
It's a roll ball and he's taking
Hills.
a tap. That's 3 in a row for poor Hills. I think Coach Manu Wakely will be looking to get him off and just get him settled again. And another incorrect roll ball.
Neither team taking advantage of the errors here.
Bit of banter there from the locals, trying to get the referee to change his mind. But Mr. Gaynor, I'll tell you that not many referees will change their mind.
And Darren Hills will definitely breathe. Sigh of relief there.
Yep. And here they go again, the Roosters. It's Gareth Young with the ball.
Well defended there from Paul Macquarie. And you can hear the crowd getting really ramped up into this. The home crowd might help Port get home here. And there's Luck.
Nice.
She takes a really good drive through the middle. Bo Montgomery. And there's Matt Bale. Matt Bale's been looking pretty sharp the last few sets. Here he goes out of half.
Goes long out here to Ison. Ison back off his left.
Slows it up a little bit.
Gets it down. Gets it back. Got the ball away, but just not clean in the ruck that time.
Yeah, it looked like it was a forward pass there too. But they got away with it. Nice are going to come out of their end and try and get up the other field so they can get an opportunity. Brown picks up good 20 metres there.
He releases again, Brown.
There's Lug with the ball. Just East again, just a little bit slow getting the ball on the deck.
Wakely. Husband Manu says, no, just drive it forward, Kirsty. In the hands of Lug. He gets it off to Manu Wakely. He's got Prince on the outside. That was going to be the dummy, but he released it. But it's going to work for him. And here goes Barbara in the corner. She gets it back inside.
6 more.
6 more from Ison. Well, I'll tell you what, comedy of errors nearly worked out.
Yeah, that would have been funny if that had come off. Here's Manu again. Manu will definitely have something controlled here. He'll set something up. Him and Scott Prince, they'll work together. I'll just burn a touch there until Manu gets the setup that he wants.
You can see him directing traffic. Here he goes. Watch the way he looks to manage the defence. Where he wants him is where the touch is going to be made. He goes long to Prince. Prince goes off his right, tries to get inside, but
Great touch there from Jasmine Wilbo at link. I think Princey beat his middle player there, but the female defender there came in and saved the day. Here goes Manu again.
He gets it back off Prince. Back to Prince again.
Oh,
really
trouble.
well set up. Really well set up. Just smart play.
And that's a fantastic line from Kirsty Wakely, hitting that in line at the link. She's run that line a million times in her mixed career.
The Eastern Suburbs team, they're back into it now. 4-all, 8:20 to play. Still no Jack Lewis, but he's taken his shoes off, so he hasn't been cleared, obviously, to play. He's probably going to be even more upset when one of the staff members comes over and tells him he has to have covered shoes to be in the sub box. Anyway, it's Bo Montgomery. He's been good for them. He gives it on to Rousel. Rousel trying to get through. But the touch is made there by Brown. Brown and also Richards there making it. But then there's a mistake.
Bo Montgomery just let that one go there. Let him off the hook.
Brown throws it out there. The Richards. Brown gets the ball again. Carly Walsh at half. She gives it on to Alonso. A good drive down the field. Prince is with the ball now. He sprints it out there to Wakely. Wakely drives into him. Ludd comes around on a very big sweep, but they ignore him.
Touch pass there. I think it was touch pass and forward maybe, Dean, but Port Macquarie did a good job there to hold him out.
You know what, Jay, when I played, and that was a long, long time ago, there's one thing that really used to peeve me off. Is when I make a massive run on a sweep and they just ignore me and go behind, just like Bradley. He got ignored twice then, not once, twice.
It wasn't his wife that ignored him, was it?
No, it wasn't. That's just normal run-of-the-mill type thing. Here come Port Macquarie again. They drive into the eastern suburbs. Red zone now.
It's Bale and Connolly. Bale will go from half. Oh, he was looking for the switchback there, but they're through here.
I think the ball hit the ground.
6 more.
6 more.
Yeah, I think Manu Wakely managed just to get a touch on that one, and he had to. But he gives Port Macquarie a very good opportunity. Bo Montgomery works his way onto the field, and him and Buzz will make sure they get a really good play set up here. Let's see if East can hold him out.
And Montgomery with the ball now.
I think Port Macquarie just need to be patient here. Don't panic.
There's still plenty of time.
Here comes Montgomery on the sweep. Oh, and they hit the winger.
Yeah, dummied in, dummied out, and then through long.
Well covered. That's Amy Lugg again on the wing. And they're just walking a little bit, Port Macquarie. Trying to get that set up that they want. Mixed is a very, very different style of game to the men's or the women's. Here they go. They've got it covered easily, East. I don't think they got the numbers right on that occasion.
Now the Roosters will work it outside from their own half. There's Lugg driving the ball forward. He gives it off to Prince now. And here they come again. Richards driving forward. They're making plenty of yards in this set. Ball in the hands of Young. He gets it down in front of Brown. Brown will go long. And he goes long. Oh, Young Barber just put that one down. But that was a very good set from the Roosters that time. That's more like the Roosters we've known. Plenty of ball movement up and down the field.
Port Macquarie look to roll up the field, but they do look like they're starting to just get a little bit tired here. They're definitely slowing down a little bit. They've only got another 4.5 minutes. Hopefully they can keep going.
Oh, nearly got inside then, but that's a good touch by Richards.
Yeah, great touch there. Slowed all the momentum down. And here they go again. They need to find a half.
Bale goes through. Montgomery picks up very cleanly. He gets off the right. He goes short of
they're
Bale.
in.
Oh, but that's for a penalty.
Oh, I thought there should have been an advantage there, Dean.
Yeah, but he's actually ruled that the player who was onside made the touch.
Okay.
So he did play the advantage by giving the penalty. They beat the first player, but the onside player actually made the touch.
Good call then from the referee and Ant Smith, and they'll get another opportunity here anyway, Port Macquarie.
But they'll give them confidence. They know they can score. They've put 4 on already. They were an opportunity to put another one on there. Montgomery's been very strong for him. Ison at half. He wants to slow it down. He gives it, just hands it off to Rousel. Rousel will take the tap. They're just doing it again. Rousel this time. He dives through. Dives through.
Talented kid, this young Rousel. He's originally from Taree. He's got a lot of family members that play the game as well.
He's got the ball again in front of Ison. Ison gives it to Rousel. Rousel trying to dive underneath, but that's...
I don't know if Aaron Ison wanted Montgomery to sweep back then. I think he wanted to hold his line.
Yeah, it looked like a missed assignment. And now the Roosters driving it out through Alonso. Barber at half, gives it round, another good. They're into the half with 3 touches, and they've picked up a penalty.
That's the experience. That's the experience there for me. So the last few sets off their line, they've just gone really hard and picked up a couple of repeat sets there. They look like they know there's only 3 minutes to go. They know what they need to do.
Here we go now. Prince will roll the ball. He rolls it there. That was Reed at half. Reed with the ball again. Wakely comes around the sweep. He gets it from Prince. He goes back off his foot. Prince well read defensively by Aaron Ison.
They didn't bite too hard on Wakely then, so Ison was able to hold. Here he goes again. Ison gets a touch.
6 more. 6 more. I
This
tell
is
you what,
dangerous now for Paul Macquarie. Oh, hang on.
forward
No.
pass, forward pass. He got a signal from the sideline referee. I tell you what, Buzz wouldn't have been that unhappy about that going to ground, because I reckon 10 paces in, he's looking around to pass it off. He didn't want to go the length.
Yeah, I think you've...
Oh,
no.
Rousel.
Got a mistake here. This is the set. This could be the set. If East get a try here and take the lead, it's going to be hard for Port Macquarie to come back. They've led all game, Port Macquarie.
Lug with the ball. He's got Prince. There's danger here for Port Macquarie.
Yeah, I'd look
releases to Prince.
I'd look for Gareth Young here, maybe on an out ball or an out line. He's quick. If he gets on the outside, there's trouble.
Prince has get it back from the... He goes off his left. He gives it. There's a little pop pass. The ball goes to the ground, and that's going to be... Smart play there from Bo Montgomery. Didn't try and take the ball, just made sure that Prince couldn't get to it and did nothing illegal. Luck now. She drives it forward. They're going to look to get fresh troops on. Rousel tries to get around. Probably just needed to take the touch there. Bale with the ball. He gets it off to Wilbo. So he gets it down. Bale with the ball again. Popped it back inside. Bale out of half. He goes off his left, off his right. And the referee said that Lug was onside.
Well defended.
Yep, it's a changeover.
I think Port Macquarie just need to get a few extra yards, so when they're having that strike done, they're a little bit closer to the try line.
And now Wakely drives it into the Port Macquarie half. Alonso with the ball.
Into the last minute.
Wakely, this could be the game right here as Brown looks to go out of half. He's going to go long. There's the long pass. It's out to Bowen, where the referee's going to close. And you just knew it was coming. There's 48 seconds to go. They're going to have a shot. They're going to have a shot. Manu Wakely realises that he's putting the defensive line up. He wants telling people who he wants on and who he doesn't want on. 36 seconds to go. Bale's going to take the tap. Well, this is it. It's all down in this possession. Bale, Luck at half. Gives it back to Bale. Off to Luck. Rousel's going to go from half. As he goes behind.
The same play.
The same play. The pass has gone to the ground. And that's 16 seconds to go. They put all their eggs in that basket, and they should have scored twice off that play today.
Yeah, it was the same play they ran before that they put the ball down over the line, but East are just going to be able to let the clock run down here.
Well, they nearly did.
And there it is.
And the Roosters, 5 touchdowns to 4 over Port Macquarie in what was a very entertaining game.
And I tell you what, Dean, Port Macquarie should definitely keep their heads up high, because that is one of the better mixed finals we've had here in a long time. And they definitely matched it with a very, very, very accomplished mixed open team.
They certainly did. It was a great game of mixed touch football. Could have gone either way in the end. Just the experience, I think, of the Roosters got them home. And so the Eastern Suburbs Roosters, once again, the State Cup champions in Mixed Open A. And we're going to be back very shortly to bring you the Women's Open A Championship.